This presentation introduces the CQL Focus Forum Consultation, leading your organization to the next level. CQL's Focus Forum offers organizations the tools to improve and sharpen their organizational focus on person-centered supports and services. Before we describe the CQL Focus Forum, let's talk about what it means for an organization to truly offer person-centered supports and services. Services that are person-centered support each person to live his or her own life, to plan, to contribute, to participate, to choose, and to be respected. In 2009, CQL launched the What Really Matters initiative and began the development of a new model of personal control in self-directed human services, moving past previous comprehensive models and focusing on what really matters for people using long-term supports. The Focus Forum consultation is a result of this initiative that focuses system, organizational, and individual attention on what really matters to people. Our strategy is guided by the observation of the artist Georgia O'Keeffe. Only by selection, by elimination, by emphasis do we get at the real meaning of things. Is this resonating with you? Are you excited to take your organization to the next level? Is your organization right for a Focus Forum consultation? Ask yourself these questions. Is person-centered service delivery a central tenet to your daily operations? As a leader, are you proud of your organization's learning, philosophy, outlook? Are you continuing to seek service improvements, even within a challenging budget environment? Does your definition of ROI, return on investment, include both personal and economic returns? If you've answered yes to two or more of these questions, we can help. Focus Forum is designed for organizations who are just beginning to think about person-centered transformation, as well as those who have been working toward person-centeredness for multiple years. We found that values and attitudes are what matter the most. If our person-centered values align with yours, we predict a successful partnership and outcome. Now let's explore how Focus Forum supports organizations to increase quality of life and person-centered practice. The Focus Forum is an engaging on-site consultation that assists organizations and communities to strip away unnecessary distractions and focus on the real meaning of things, personal choice, and person-centered services. Focus Forum guides organizations and communities in the development of person-centered services, and it leads to collaboration with colleagues and organizations, communities, and systems across the fields of physical disability, aging, behavioral health, and intellectual and developmental disabilities. From the study of appreciative inquiry, in particular, we found the answer to: where do we start to make organizational change? Start by asking, what are we doing best? What's working well? Where are our bright spots? Or ask, where is the place that we could start today, and if we keep at it, that could produce the biggest result in the shortest time? The only constant is change, and organizations are no exception. Assessing staff readiness for change and ability to adapt is a critical first step in the Focus Forum process. Throughout the process, CQL has developed tools to help the organization focus on what really matters. CQL developed the Guide to Person-Centered Excellence to encourage organizations to provide the supports and services for people that really matter. The guide utilizes CQL's 8 key factors and 34 success indicators that promote personal quality of life. While the key factors and success indicators remain constant, we've developed 3 applications for people with disabilities, people with mental illness, and people with substance use disorder and older adults. The 8 key factors for person-centered excellence are person-centered assessment and discovery, person-centered planning, supports and services, community connection, workforce, governance, quality and accountability, emerging practices in individual budgets. A total of 34 success indicators fall under these 8 factors and provide the practical applications to providing person-centered supports and services. Organizations have a number of reasons for using the Focus Forum. It works as a strategic thinking exercise, mission alignment exercise, organizational transformation initiative, organizational assessment, implementation strategy for enhancing person-centered services. When you decide to schedule a focus forum, you begin on a collaborative process with your CQL consultant. We'll work together in the months before our on-site visit to explain what will happen, share materials and resources, and guide you through the preparation steps. Then we'll spend 2.5 days on site with your group and facilitate the meeting. As we move through the days, the work becomes more and more focused. Over the course of those 2.5 days, you will work together in large and small groups to come to consensus on where you are today, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. We work with you through the process so that you end up with a concrete plan, a list of priorities to work on, resources identified, and who is responsible for working on these priorities. On the first day, you bring together all of the key stakeholders in your organization, including self-advocates or consumers, direct support professionals or other support staff, managers, board members, family members, community members. Everyone works with the 8 factors. Groups take a look at the factor, and they talk about why it is important to their organization. Later, they share those points with the entire group. In the afternoon, participants rate the organization on the 34 indicators. They choose one of these options for each of the 34 items. We understand this. We've got the concepts, or we're implementing it, or we're achieving results. And then we talk about why this is happening. On day 2, we're ready to start narrowing our focus from the 8 factors and 34 indicators to a manageable and sustainable number of key priorities. Participants vote on what they think is most important. Which 3 of the 34 items do they want to tackle first? Which of the 34 would produce the biggest bang for the buck in the shortest period of time? Groups get together to vote on issues and to select priorities. Everyone votes on the priorities, and we can see where there is common ground and where there are differences in what people say is important. Priorities could be those things that the organization is already working on and doing pretty well, or they might not yet have started working on this area. In the afternoon of the second day, we take the 3 priority items and, working in small groups, identify concrete actions and timelines. For example, people identify who in the organization can tackle the issue. Is it direct support staff? Is it management? Is it a question for board governance? Is it something for community leaders? They explore what the period of time we think it will take to do this. What resources do we need? By the end of the second day, we've not only narrowed the focus to 3 priorities, we also have the beginnings of some concrete plans for those top priorities. At the end of the day, we get together with the leadership of the organization and ask, how are these 3 priorities connected to your current efforts? Do you address this in your current business plan? Do you address this in your current strategic planning process? Is this in line with how people see the organization? The management team continues working on their response for the entire group for the following day. They agree on their commitment to the group and to the plan. Day 3 of the Focus Forum brings the focus to its most clear and concrete point. The organization's leadership and management come forward to explain what they're going to do. At the end of the session, the organization has its plan and direction, and the organizational commitment to take action, to make change happen, to increase or renew its person-centered practices. The Focus Forum is successful because it encourages open sharing of ideas, creates a common base to move forward, builds buy-in across your organization, results in a clear direction for moving forward, leaves you with a definite plan of action. Many organizations find that the Focus Forum can both launch and re-energize organization or culture change efforts. The shared experiences and stakeholder buy-in provides a sense of renewal, energy, confidence, readiness, and a roadmap to greater person-centered services and personal quality of life. CQL continues to partner with you after the on-site visit, provides additional support, resources, answers to your questions, and helps you maintain momentum for the work you're doing. CQL consultants provide continued support and feedback. CQL provides the organization with a list of recommended resources, consultants, and change strategies for each of the 3 priority areas the organization has selected. You make the decisions about resources, negotiate with consultants, and select change and leadership strategies. CQL can assist you, make recommendations, and link you to outside resources. CQL will provide periodic feedback on the implementation of the original or revised plan and the attainment of objectives, measures of success, and timelines.
For me, being involved in the Focus Forum was very informative. I am very happy here, but you can always do better. The most exciting thing was the idea of getting the community more involved with us.
We highly recommend that the Focus Forum is an excellent method to streamline a plan of action towards continuous quality improvement with a person-centered foundation.
2 highlights of the experience were making the time to get together with an outside facilitator to set a direction and getting everyone on the same page on the issue of person-centeredness.
Ask yourself again, is my organization right for a Focus Forum consultation? If so, please contact CQL. Person-centered services and supports are what really matters. To learn more about how your organization can partner with CQL in the journey to person-centered excellence, contact Beth Mathis, Director of Network Development, at bmathis@thecouncil.org.